Loss of supply, rejection, humiliation, failure, aging, job loss, exposure, anything that hits her self image and cuts off external validation that she uses to stay regulated and to keep shame out of her awareness can trigger narcissistic collapse. And this is where you will see intensity, impulsivity, and desperate behavior. I'm Lise Leblanc, therapist, author, and life coach, and today we are talking about narcissistic collapse. I'll explain 10 behaviors that you will likely see when a female covert narcissist is close to collapse. And at the end, I'll explain what to do when the narcissist in your life is spiraling out of control. If you're currently in a narcissistic relationship, please type the word stuck in the comment section below. And if you're already out, please type the word freedom. Okay, so when a female covert narcissist takes a significant narcissistic injury and her defense structures are failing her, you may see some or all of these things. Number one, paranoia, surveillance, and wild accusations. When her supply is threatened and the mask is cracking, she goes into constant threat perception mode. Everything becomes suspicious. Everything feels like an attack. She's hyper focused on anything that could be a threat and interpreting neutral events as dangerous. She's accusing you of cheating, plotting, disrespecting her, trying to humiliate her, saying things like, I know what you're up to, I know what you're doing, with zero evidence to back it up. She's obsessively scanning your tone, your face, your behavior. She's monitoring your every move. She's snooping through your phone, your accounts, your personal effects. Maybe she's calling, texting, emailing repeatedly, or showing up at places you go by accident to spy on you, contacting your friends, exes, coworkers, family to extract information. You'll see conspiracy style thinking about why people turned on her, and the whole world is out to get her. When shame and loss of control spike, everything feels dangerous to her, and she starts looking for proof that what she's feeling internally is actually happening externally. Number two is narrative and exposure management. So narcissists move fast and they move first when they sense potential exposure. So a female covert narcissist will start planting seeds of doubt in other people's minds about you, laying the foundation early to discredit you. So by the time you tell your side of the story, you look defensive and unstable. So she'll be quietly damaging your reputation through subtle insinuations, sharing your deepest secrets and twisting private details. She might circulate selective screenshots, half truths, and carefully edited stories to make people question your behavior, your character, and your sanity. Number three is hoovering. So she'll frantically try to get supply back in any way possible. She'll start circling back to old supply, people she's discarded, exes she swore were abusive, anyone she thinks might support her new narrative and restore her self-image. And this is where people get confused because it can look like remorse, it can look like vulnerability, it might even look like a breakthrough, but it's not accountability. And so what you'll see here are grand apologies or proclamations that they're in therapy now, they've found God. She might love bomb you, offer sex, or try to get your attention by flaunting a new flame, because provoking jealousy is one of the fastest ways to get old supply back. The key tell here is that the performance is intense, it's urgent, and if you don't respond immediately in the way she wants you to, you will see a quick shifting of manipulation tactics. Number four is an image and status reboot. So you might see her reinventing herself. Suddenly she's got a new identity, a new glow, and she's acting like a whole new person. She might start chasing high status people, attaching to someone with money, influence, authority, or social credibility. She may post spiritual healing language on social media, making herself look happy and successful. So she's suddenly projecting this new identity and displaying all these new alliances and relationships to regain status and restore her fantasy self image. Number 5 is financial and legal leverage. So, what you'll see here are threats about child access, custody, police, courts, immigration, reputation, weaponizing finances, property accounts, sudden demands, ultimatums, deadlines. And she's trying to terrorize you, to make you feel threatened, to bait you into reactive responses that she will then use as evidence against you. So it's coercive control, often disguised as just trying to be reasonable or trying to protect the kids, when it's really about compliance, coercion, and punishment. Number 6 is victim mode and emotional coercion. So when she can't intimidate you, she'll try to pull on your heartstrings. She might act helpless, make you feel responsible for her. So what you'll see here is sudden tears, panic, sob stories to trigger guilt and a sense of obligation. Emergencies that show up the moment you set boundaries, guilt hooks. If you cared, you would answer. Or how can you do this to me and the children? And in more extreme cases, threats of self harm. I can't do this anymore. I have nothing to live for. You'll regret this. Now, you do need to take threats of self harm seriously and contact crisis services. But don't ever think that going back to the relationship is the solution. Because if you do go back, you're just teaching her that all she needs to do to get you back or to get you to react is escalate her emotional manipulation. Number 7 is reality warping and chaotic gaslighting attempts. So, with a female covert narcissist, especially after a serious narcissistic injury, you'll see her contradicting herself within minutes, denying obvious facts, even with evidence right there in front of her. She'll be switching topics, talking in circles, and suddenly you start wondering if she's actually losing her sanity. And if you get hooked into it, you might walk away doubting your own memory. And that's how she keeps you busy fighting to stay in touch with your own reality that you forget to hold her accountable. Number 8 is rage, escalation, and retaliation. So when she can't get supply back quickly, she flips into attack mode. You'll see intimidation, cruelty, and revenge, vindictive threats, character assassination, and relentless attempts to bait you into conflict. So instead of sitting in her own shame or feeling helpless, she unleashes her rage onto you. That's why collapse often turns into an ugly escalation of insults, ultimatums, and wild accusations aimed at annihilating you. Number 9 is emotional and medical shields. When a female covert narcissist is collapsing, she'll often shut down emotionally or even get physically ill to avoid facing reality. So, what you'll see here is her withdrawing, stonewalling, refusing to talk, staying in bed for days, neglecting responsibilities. You might see dramatic physical symptoms, mysterious pain, urgent doctor visits, tests, and health emergencies. Now, it's possible that she has a real medical condition and needs medical help. But if her symptoms always spike to avoid accountability, then it is a shield to avoid collapse. Number 10 is the scorched earth exit. So, up to this point, most of what you are seeing is tactical: narrative control, hoovering, threats, victim mode, gaslighting, rage. But when she's truly close to collapse, her system gets really sloppy. She stops being strategic and she starts overplaying her hand. And this is where you might see a harsh discard designed to inflict maximum pain while burning the bridge behind her so you can't follow, question, or recover your footing. And this is a burn the house down exit meant to leave you in shock, defending your character and chasing reality. Threats get extreme, demands get irrational, communication turns into late night rants, long texts, impulsive emails, and without realizing it, she starts exposing herself and providing evidence of her instability and even her abuse. So here's what to do when she's in collapse. Don't argue with emotional terrorism. If you're out of the relationship and you have no practical ties to her, the cleanest, simplest move is no contact. Simply choose to stop exposing yourself to this chaos, this emotional manipulation and abuse. That's it. And get the help you need to not go back. However, if you're still in the relationship or you still have practical ties, don't get in the ring with her. Don't take the bait. Don't justify, don't argue, don't defend, and don't explain yourself. She's not going to face reality. That's why she's collapsing. So the more you try to reason with her, the more you feed the spiral and risk getting dragged further into it. If you're a man dealing with a woman who is having a narcissistic collapse, consider reaching out to a therapist in your area who specializes in narcissistic abuse. And you might also want to consider my toxic relationship recovery program that I link below.